Ecologically sound advice on how to enjoy themselves without harming the countryside. A tourism guide for the Dyfi Valley was launched today, and it's reckoned it'll turn environmentalists green with envy.
Hilary Matthews runs one of the guest houses featured in the Dyfi Valley Green Guide, which offers environmentally friendly holidays. She rears goats and chickens at her home near Machynlleth and specialises in walking holidays. Her answer to the deluge of tourists arriving in the beautiful valley is to keep things on a small scale.
A lot of people around here depend on tourism for their livelihood, and there isn't, farming is increasingly difficult, and I think it's important that people have to earn a living somehow, and I think bringing people into the area on a small scale is good.
The aim of the guide is to ensure that people holidaying in the countryside are sensitive to the impact they have on the environment. It was launched at the Centre for Alternative Technology near Powis.
Our feature series Way of Life also has a distinctly green flavour to it this week, or to be more precise, green and red with a fair amount of blue. To explain everything, Andy Collinson reports from what must be one of the most colourful parts of mid-Wales.
Yes, good evening and welcome to Powis Castle near Welshpool, where we've just spent the day with a remarkable band of enthusiasts who are responsible for maintaining this, one of the most celebrated and most magnificent gardens in Wales. At its height in the last century, many dozens of specialists would have been employed on looking after the acres of formal beds, of rose gardens and of parkland. Now, though, the whole task is completed by a much smaller army. The red stone castle near Welshpool has dominated the local skyline since medieval times. By early in the last century, the 6 acres of the terraced gardens had become a celebrated attraction, with 10.5 acres of woodland added later. Completion came in the early years of this century with the rose garden. At its height, up to 50 gardeners and under-gardeners, apprentices and labourers would have worked the land. Nowadays, the National Trust employed just 8 full-time staff and assorted students. With so much to do, staff are organised like an army, starting each day with a morning briefing.
We've somehow got to make a kink in that path, I think, to go round, haven't we?
Round the cryptic area, anyway.
I don't think there's any other jobs in that area,
No, well, just removing odd nettles and
that's right, yeah,
grass.
Yes, in that. I mean, that area's past its best, isn't it, now, really?
This week it's been a case of all hands on deck as the gardens have been preparing for a Viennese evening at the weekend, which is already sold out. But it's meant some hands-on experience for students more used to studying the theory rather than the practice of landscape gardening.
Well, I'm actually on a landscape course, so I get more of the plant knowledge here, you see, because on the landscape course I tend to get hard landscaping and sort of building work and things, so this gives me all the plant knowledge I need and everything, so...
After a hard morning like this, you'll be almost ready to go back to the books, would you, for a rest?
Oh, no, I prefer hard work rather than writing, I'm afraid. I do like, feeling that you've done a good day's work.
And that's how another enthusiast began 6 years ago. Now, Christian Booth has graduated to supervisor of the borders, one of the garden's prime attractions. I know to my cost how much it takes me to weed a few measly borders at home. You've got some 8 acres here. What's the biggest task of all in keeping them maintained?
I think really there's several parts. I mean, the staking is one to make sure that they're all looking well. We don't really do too much weeding because we put heavy mulch on in the spring. So thankfully for us, it's not a great weeding garden. And then the other one is deadheading so that the flowers are always looking at their best.
So really, on a larger scale, the sort of practice we should all be doing at home ourselves?
Yes, definitely.
The reputation for training has taken the name of Powis Castle right across Europe. One lad currently here comes from the land of the bulbfields, Holland. What's a Dutch boy doing working in the Welsh garden?
Well, just spending his holiday over here, just some holiday work, and after my holiday I'm gonna just a work experience period for college.
You're actually studying horticulture in Holland, is it?
It's a horticulture college.
What made you want to come to somewhere like Powis Castle?
Well, you got a lot of different things. They got a sort of system here. Just 1 week you're on the borders, and the other week you're mowing grass or mowing the lawn. So. And then you're down the greenhouses and lots of other things in the woodland. So
you're actually learning quite a lot very quickly?
Yeah, it's a good way to learn.
It's the same idea which brought the longest-serving staff member, veteran Hughie Trevor, to the gardens 44 years ago. Now running the plant shop, he recalls the days of private ownership before the National Trust took over in the 1950s.
It was quite good, really, because you'd meet quite a lot of people and they'd come in.
Get going, move it, boy, move it, move it! A little more to the left, Choo-Choo. Choo-Choo, you see anything? Spook, you look under those rocks. Brain, go deeper, no, deeper.